There we go.
All right, my minions. Yes, another Thursday training. Well, we're all familiar with push-ups, aren't we? And at any given moment, I know we've seen videos and we've seen people do it in live and in person, and we all at one point have had that thought, woo, he or she can do 100 plus push-ups in a given amount of time. He must be strong. She must be strong. No, 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 no. The amount of push-ups that a person can do in a given amount of time, typically 2 minutes, does not equate muscular strength. That is actually a measurement of muscular endurance. There is a difference. I've known some really, really big, strong people, men and women, that can bench press the Empire State Building, but can only do about 60, 70 push-ups in one sitting, in one set. So there's a difference between muscular endurance and muscular strength. Now, this is going for all of my law enforcement, military, security professionals out there. You're going to do push-ups. There's no getting around it. Even as the physical requirements and physical tests change, there are push-ups. The Army has changed their PT exam now. I call it the ACFT, the Army Combat Fitness Test. And I really like what the Army's done with their test, with their exam. They do push-ups much differently. It's definitely more, it applies better and is more functional. But regardless, the general standard is how many push-ups you can do in 2 minutes. And that's with the federal government, DOD. Anything in DOD, there's a DOD standard, 2 minutes of push-ups. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. I think Coast Guard only has a minute. Don't quote me on that, but I think theirs is actually a minute. But anyways, the standard is how many push-ups you can do in 2 minutes, with the example of the Army. No, I think theirs is as well as 2 minutes, but the way they do it, you're probably only going to get about 60 in. So, but get used to it. You're going to have to do it. Each branch, even the police, private security, whatever, they have a different way. They'll explain it differently on how they want you to actually perform the push-ups. What they want you to break that 90 and yada, yada, yada. We'll get into that in a moment. But regardless, the bottom line is you're doing push-ups. Get used to it. Get over it. Don't just wrap your head around that right now. You're going to be doing them. So right now I'm going to show you, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break down the proper form. I'm also going to kind of give you a life hack on how you can manipulate your push-ups to better increase your numbers for your exam, whichever you're going to be doing. You're going to do it. For some of y'all, it's only an entry exam that you have to worry about, and you'll never have to be tested on your physical abilities ever again. For others, you're doing it annually or twice annually. So you're going to have to prepare for that year round. But I'm here to help. Nemesis Group is here to help. This is Thursday training. So I'm going to break down proper form, proper technique, what you want to do, what you want to look for, and how doing your push-ups this way will benefit you in your fitness exams that you're going to be doing in the future. So let's get into it, shall we? First thing, obviously you have to be down on the ground. You don't want your arms out too far. You don't want your arms in too narrow. You want to keep this nice 45-degree angle in your arms. That's a nice neutral position for you. Now, next Thursday, I'll break down the different types of push-ups you can do, the different ways you can do them and still keep proper form, and the different ways you can do them may help you in your exam. But right now, we're just going to do one standard form, lock that in, get that going, and next week I'll also help you, show you different techniques and what you can do to improve as well. But right now, I just want to give you a crash course, break it down for you, your basic standard way of doing a push-up, that's easier on your body. The easiest way that you can do it, get it done, get it in, get a good workout in, and still please the powers that be who are judging you on your exam and your fitness test. So you want to come out. They're going to tell you, get ready, get in position. You want your arms about shoulder width apart. And you want your shoulders probably about over your hands, where your hands are. Nice straight body. You'll notice you want your spine neutral. You want your back straight. You want your back flat. You want a neutral spine. When you're coming here, and I'm sure you've seen it, you've probably done it yourself, but you don't want your head hanging down. What that causes is for you to start straining. You'll start straining, and you're doing work without actually doing anything at all. And you'll notice, you'll see people with their head down, and they do push-ups, and they're just moving and not really doing anything at all, and burning themselves out. You want a nice neutral spine. You don't want to be, straining, basically. You don't need to be looking up to the sky, but you don't want to be hanging down. So head about straight. You can look at a little bit of a downward angle, look straight, look at a bit of a downward angle. You can also look straight down. The problem with that is, what I warn people is, basically where you're looking is where your head typically goes. If you're looking straight down to the ground, you have more tendency to want to dip your head down. This is roughly about 10 pounds of weight that you're holding up. So if you give your body a reason to put your head down, it's going to do it. So again, hands about shoulder width apart, shoulders a little bit over the hands. Neutral spine, flat back. You will come down, full flexion, full extension. What I mean by that, you're going to go all the way down till you touch, and you're going to come all the way back up. All the way down, typically until your chest touches, but the reality is, for some people, your stomach may touch before your chest. Okay, so all the way down till your chest or stomach touches the ground, all the way back up. You're not resting, you're just touching and coming up. 45-degree angle. When you bend your arms, like I said, you don't want to be too high. You don't want to be too far in. You want a 45-degree angle as you come down and up. 45-degree angle, down, up. Try to have your fingers pointed this way. How you position your hands will make all the difference in the world. The slightest movements make all the difference in the world. 45-degree angle, up. Inhale, coming down, breathe in. Exhale, coming back up. You always want to exhale and blow out on the work that you're doing. Coming down, you got gravity assisting you. Pushing up, that's where the work comes in, and you're moving against gravity. So again, in, out, in, out, in, out. All the way down, all the way up. If done right, your chin and chest will probably touch at the same time. You have a nice neutral spine. Now, full flexion, full extension. Why is this important? Well, if you're going to work the muscle, you want to work the entire muscle, not just part of it. Think of all the things that you're doing when you're working your push-ups. Your chest is working, your arms are working, your triceps are working. All of your stabilizer muscles, all the muscles that keep your body from just being jello, are engaged. It's like doing a plank. You're working your core, a little bit of your back. Not as much, obviously, as you are when in the push-up. The main muscles that are working are your pecs and your triceps, your chest and the back of your arm. But even your quads are working, keeping your knees from dropping to the ground. Your quads have to be engaged in order to keep your knees from dropping down. So all of that goes into consideration. There are a lot of muscles working other than your chest and the back of your arms when you're doing push-ups. Now again, what happened? Oh.
Sorry.
You're good. It's not a problem. So again, as I was saying, is getting into it, how does this help you? One, you're used to working your entire body. You're working the muscle in its entirety. So when you go to do, I'll give the Navy way, for example, all they want to see is you break the 90-degree plane. So really, your push-ups kind of look like this. You break the plane, you come up. You're only going about halfway down. You're not going all the way down like you're used to. You're used to doing full flexion, full extension. You're used to doing full push-ups. So basically doing half push-ups or not having to go down all the way, you can burn those out like it's nothing. Boom, you're just knocking them out. The same with any exam. Train harder than what the exam is actually going to be. Train harder than what the real world application is possibly going to be. It's that simple. I'll show you the same thing with sit-ups next time. You may or may not have to do sit-ups, but a lot of people do have to do sit-ups. It's the same way. There's a life hack for that. So, like I said, next week, I'll break down things down a little bit easier. Different variations of push-ups, different ways that you can kind of, I don't want to say manipulate the numbers, but there's a way you can shift your body to get some extra push-ups in when you're fatigued and your muscles feel like jello and you're burnt out. There's different ways of doing push-ups than just relying on your pecs and your traps. You also rely on your lats, your back muscles. They attach to your arm. I'll show you that way as well. So, but anyways, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining Nemesis Group. I greatly appreciate it. I love all y'all. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps. If you know some more information about push-ups that, I don't know, send it in the comment section. I will review it. We'll go over it. If it'll help, it helps. This is about helping y'all. So remember, I've always said before, this is not the way, it's a way. This is the best way that I find to be more efficient. So just years of experience, trial and error, things of doing it. But again, there may be an even more efficient way, an even better way than what I'm showing you. And I'm all for that. Share it with us all. I will try it. I will put it out if it works, if I find that it works. But I'm all for sharing the knowledge. Let's share the knowledge for everybody, to everybody. So please like, share, comment, subscribe, follow, subscribe. Did I mention liking and subscribing? I don't know if y'all got that. So
ring the bell.
And ring the bell. Get them notifications in. Thank you very much. It's good. You'll never miss a thing. So, but again, I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. And I will see y'all next time. Have a good one.